Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Nadeem. I'm a lecturer in International Islamic University, Islamabad. I've been teaching English language for a very long time, and I've also taught functional English. Today, I shall discuss some aspects of functional English, which are phrases, clauses, and sentences. Now, there is a common question. First of all, I will have a review. What are phrases? What are clauses? Why do we use a phrase or a clause? People are generally aware of a sentence, but they are not aware of phrases and clauses. Let me tell you something about that. Phrase is a part of sentence which does not have a subject and a verb. And you know how important is a subject and a verb in a sentence. You don't get the full meaning without a subject and a verb. Then, clause is a set of words having a subject and a verb. You see, this is the advantage that clause has. It has a subject, it has a verb. That's why it gives meaning. A phrase can be a part of a clause. A clause is a part of a complete sentence. We cannot say a clause is a part of a phrase. A phrase is a part of a clause. Now, phrase alone, when it stands alone, it cannot give full meaning. It gives partial meaning. But a clause can give full meaning when it stands alone. So, clause is also like a sentence. I will make it clear by giving you some examples. You know, examples make the things clear. Phrase example, ducks swim in water. Now look at the bold letters, in water. Now in water is a phrase. If someone is talking to you and he says in water, you will say, what is in water? What do you mean by it? Please explain. I don't understand. Oh, you will say ducks swim in water. I say, oh, I got it. Now I understand. So in water alone gives very little meaning. It's not that it doesn't give any meaning. It gives meaning, but a little meaning. Now look at clause. Ducks swim in water. Ducks swim. Ducks, subject, swim. Okay? Swim is the verb. Ducks swim in water. Even if you say ducks swim, it gives full meaning. Why? Just give me the reason why. Because ducks, subject is there. Swim, the verb is there. So now you understand that subject and verbs are very important components of language. Okay? Look at the next sentence. She is sleeping on the floor. Now on the floor. The point is on the floor. If you say, I come and talk to you on the floor, there is no sense in it. You will say, what do you mean by on the floor? Okay, why? This is a phrase. And she's sleeping on the floor. She is sleeping. Look, this is like a complete sentence. She is sleeping is like a complete sentence. It gives meaning. If you don't take even the advantage of a clause, you don't attach a phrase with it, even then it is complete. Look, she's sleeping on the floor. She is sleeping. This is the clause. On the floor is the phrase attached with it. But if you say she is sleeping, it is complete. Okay? It gives so much meaning. Then they will meet at the concert. At the concert again. What is the meaning of at the concert? You are not clear. You will say, what happened at the concert? What are you trying to tell me? Clause. They will meet at the concert. They will meet. You have a subject they. You have will meet, the verb form. Will is the helping verb. Meet is the main verb. They will meet. They will meet. It makes it clear. Now, separately, on the table is a phrase. On the table. What's the meaning? You will say, what's on the table? Is there some water on the table? Is there a computer on the table? It's not clear. Now, look here, a clause. He smiled. We can understand, no problem. Subject is there, verb is there. He smiled. This is what you call a clause. Next, she is writing on the wall. Again, on the wall. On the what on the wall? It's not conveying meaning. She is writing on the wall. She is writing. She is writing is the clause. Look, when you say she is writing, it's clear. We know she is writing something. Something is going on. Okay, it's very clear there. Now, I will discuss different types of phrases with you. Noun phrase, a group of words that function as a noun in a sentence. Now, you must have heard about common noun, proper noun, name of a thing, like Amjad, Australia, okay? These things, name of anything, name of a dog, name of a horse, name of a river, they are proper nouns. Common nouns, when you say river, wall, bus, boy, man, are common nouns. Now, a group of words that function as a noun in a sentence. So, the quick brown fox jumped over the fence. Now, the point is, even if you say the fox jumped over the fence, the sentence is complete. There is no problem with it. But we have said noun phrase is a group of words. Quick brown fox, group of words, jumped over the fence. It is the same one fox, but we have described it with adjectives. Quick brown fox jumped over the fence. Next sentence. A tall, mysterious stranger arrived at the door. A tall, mysterious stranger. A tall, mysterious stranger. Even if you say a stranger, the sentence is complete. There is no problem with the sentence. Okay? But when we said noun phrase is a group of words used instead of a noun or a pronoun, then stranger is one person. Stranger is noun. Okay? Then my best friend lives in the city. Now, my best friend lives in the city. Now, friend. Here, if you say my friend lives in the city, this is enough. My best friend, group of two words. Okay? My best friend lives in the city. That's how. Then number 4, the bright red car zoomed past us. The bright red car. If even you say the car zoomed past us, it is okay. The sentence is fine. But again, since it is a noun phrase, bright red car. The thing is one. Car is one. You can describe it with so many adjectives. Okay, at the moment we have the adjectives there. We have 2 adjectives attached with it. But again, that is the point how we can explain a noun phrase. It has to be a group of words. Then, a large friendly dog greeted us at the park. A large friendly dog. Again, so see, large friendly dog, we can use the word dog instead of a large friendly dog. It is enough. But what happens is, we want to use a phrase. You know, in the life when we talk, we use adjectives. Yes, we don't use simple one word, a noun or a pronoun. We attach some adjectives with them. Okay, then my favorite book was on the top shelf. Here we are talking about the book. Now, my favorite book. You are talking about my favorite book. 3 words we have used. Even if you say the book was on the top shelf, it is enough. But since we have to use a noun phrase, we have used a noun phrase there. Now, the old man with grey beard told us the story. Now, even here, if you say the old man, it is enough. But the old man with grey beard is one person, okay? Is one man, told us a story. Okay, the old man told us a story, this is also enough. There is no problem with it. But noun phrase, the old man, this is the old man with grey beard. This is the noun phrase which we have used here. Next, Several beautiful paintings were displayed in the gallery. Several beautiful paintings. You can say paintings were displayed in the gallery. But since again this is a noun phrase, several beautiful paintings. We have used one word several, another beautiful, and then paintings is of course is there. You can say paintings were displayed in the gallery. This is also enough. But since this is a noun phrase, so we are following a pattern, okay? Now let's move on. Now, what is adjective phrase? A group of words that describes a noun or pronoun. Do you remember, students, what is adjective? You know, we have studied adjectives in smaller classes, if you remember. Your teachers told you, okay, it's a word that describes a noun or a pronoun, which qualifies, which explains a noun or a pronoun. But what is adjective phrase? You see, again, like we discussed the noun phrase, adjective phrase is a group of words that describe a noun or pronouns. Let's make it clear by examples. The house with the red door is mine. Look, with the red door, this is the adjective phrase. You can say the red door house is mine. This is enough. The red door house is mine. The house with the red door. This explains it is telling us about the adjective. Okay? Now number 2, the book on the shelf is dusty. The book on the shelf is dusty. You can say the shelved book is dusty. You can use that there. But the book on the shelf, this is the adjective phrase. It is doing the work of an adjective. This phrase is doing the work of an adjective. 3, she wore a dress made of silk. You can say she wore a silk dress. She wore a silk dress. It is enough. She wore a dress made of silk. Dress made of silk. This is the adjective phrase. Otherwise, silk dress is good enough. Silk dress, silk is the adjective, dress describing the noun. Silk dress. When we said, you see, same like when we said about the red door house. You see the adjective, you can note the adjective there also. Number 4, the child full of energy ran around the playground. You see, full of energy, what is full of energy? I want to use one adjective there, energetic. You can say the energetic child ran around the playground. But we said full of energy. Again, this is the adjective. Remember, don't confuse it. It's an adjective phrase. The old book, worn and tattered, lay on the shelf. You can say the ragged book. Instead of saying old book, worn and tattered, you could say the ragged book was on the shelf, lay on the shelf. Same meaning, ragged book. Ragged is the adjective there. Book is the noun there. Then, number 6, the painting, bright and colorful, brightened up the room. Bright and colorful, we can use the word vivid there. Vivid has the same meaning. This adjective, vivid, has the same meaning. Now, the vivid painting, I can say the vivid painting brightened up the room, but I am using an adjective phrases. Adjective phrases we have used in all these sentences. There is a reason for that. This is how you make, if we start using one word everywhere, the language would not look beautiful. Okay, we need to make it spicy. You can say this is how we make the language colorful and interesting. Okay, then she volunteered for the community event Happy to Help. Happy to help is a person who is helpful. Okay, we can use helpful there, very easy. Okay, one word, helpful, this is an adjective, but happy to help is adjective phrase. So all these words in italics are adjective phrases. Okay, then 8, The landscape covered in snow looked serene and peaceful. Covered in snow. Can you give me a word for that? Covered in snow? Think. Covered in snow? Snowy. So snowy is the adjective, one word adjective which we can use here. But we said covered in snow. This is adjective phrase. Okay, again I told you it's very important to use this. Let's move on to what is prepositional phrase. A phrase that begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. Now this is a kind of different thing, okay? A phrase that begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. What is noun? Name of something, or common nouns, proper nouns. What is a preposition? Preposition, do you remember? In, at, on, under, beside, through, these small words, they are called prepositions. Now, let's see. She sat on the chair. Look, what is the preposition here? Yes, class, can you help me? What is the preposition? On, yes. She sat on the chair. After on is chair or the chair. So preposition is there, the noun is there. This is what we call prepositional phrase. So interesting. These are easy things. These are not difficult things. Remember this thing, okay? Then the cat slept under the table. Under, you see, under is the preposition, the table is the noun. Under the table, we use the preposition there. All right. 3, they walked through the park. Again, what is the preposition here? Yes, through. They walked through the park, and the park is the noun here. So easy. Do you think it's difficult? I don't think there is anything difficult to understand in these things. Okay. Number 4, she baked a cake for him. She baked a cake for him. What is the preposition? Yes, class, can you tell me? For, yes, very good. For is the preposition. Him, we have used a pronoun here. You see, we said a phrase that begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. So here, you can see the pronoun here, him. Okay, then number 5, with a smile on her face, she accepted the award. What is the preposition here? With. With a smile on her face, she accepted the award. And it is going with a smile, with a smile, with a smile. So a smile, the noun. 6, they sat beside the fireplace during the storm. Can you guess what is the adjective here? It is beside. Yes. Sat beside the fireplace. The noun here. Yes. The fireplace. Very good. The fireplace. So you have the preposition and you have a noun or pronoun there. She sat beside the fireplace during the storm. Okay, easy, or are they difficult? They are very easy. Prepositional phrases also are not difficult. You just need to know how they are formed, then it's easy. The dog ran across the field chasing a ball. What is the preposition here? Yes, across, very good. The field. The field is the noun, good. Number 8, he placed the letter in the mailbox this morning. Again, very easy. In is the preposition, the mailbox. You can say mailbox or the mailbox. You have the noun there again. So how did you find prepositional phrases? Easy or difficult? They are very easy, not difficult. You should remember, grammar is not something which is difficult. It is easy. We just think it is difficult. Okay? Adverb phrase. Now let's discuss what is adverb phrase. First of all, do you know what's an adverb? In junior classes, your teachers told you about adverbs. Okay, words that describe, explain a verb, which tell us, which modify a verb. Now see, adverb phrase again, a group of words that act as an adverb, modifying a verb, adjective or another adverb. Now here there is something interesting, there is something different. Before they told you how an action was done. He ran fast, she sings beautifully. Fast is an adverb, beautifully is an adverb. They told you like this. Now we are discussing again the adverb phrase. Should be a group of words, but there is something different. Not only a verb, it does not only modify a verb, it modifies a verb, adjective or another adverb. Verb, adjective or another adverb. Now see how does that happen? Number one, she ran with great speed. Now what are we talking about? We are talking about how she runs, how she ran. So ran is the verb here. She ran with great speed. You can say she ran fast, it is okay. Fast is okay here. But we are saying with great speed. She ran with great speed. So it is telling us something about the verb ran. What did we say? Modifying a verb, adjective or another adverb. I will tell you how it modifies another adverb if you are surprised about that. He is full of energy today. Now, he is full of energy. What is it describing? He is full of energy. It is telling us something about this person. He is full of energy. You can use energetic here. You see, you can use energetic here, full of energy. We don't want to use the adjective. We modified it. Now we want an adverb phrase there. Full of energy is adverb phrase. Now he is, look at the verb, he is full of energy. Now number three, she spoke very softly. Now this is something difficult here. Adjective, adverb softly is modified. The adverb here is softly. You notice that? Why did we use very there? Very is another adverb. Do you know this? We use very. So very softly. Like I said, modifying a verb, adjective or another adverb. So it is modifying an adverb. This can be something, you see, a bit confusing for students sometimes. How can an adverb modify another adverb? Yes, it can. Okay. Number four, she sang with incredible passion. We are talking about how she sang. How she sang with incredible passion. With incredible passion, this is how she sang. Number five, the dress looked extremely elegant. Adjective, elegant is modified. How? Looked extremely elegant. Look how it is modifying it. We said we used extremely with it. We used the verb extremely to modify the adjective elegant. Okay. 6. He runs very quickly. Adverb quickly is modified by the verb very. Again, look, very has come again. Quickly is the adverb and very is another adverb. Many students do not know that very is also an adverb. We should remember these small tips, these small points. Again, they are not difficult. Finite verb phrase. What is a finite verb phrase? A verb phrase that contains a finite verb and conveys tense or agreement with the subject. First of all, what is a finite verb? Finite verb shows tense, number, person. Tense, number, person. Okay, that is a finite verb. Example, he plays football. Now, plays, look at plays here. It is telling us about the subject he, yes, and it is telling us about what? The present simple tense, okay, and number is also there. By plays, are we talking about one person, two persons? 2, 3, we are talking about the plural there, okay. So, see, examples would make this clear. She is writing a book. Look at this sentence. Present continuous. Do you remember the tense? She is writing a book. Number 1. She is. Be careful. Look at is. Is in italics. It is the finite verb. It is the present tense. It agrees with the subject she. Can you see it? Present tense is there, agrees with the subject. You say she is, you don't say they is, we is, you is, no. We know when is comes, he is, she is, it is. Okay? So it is taking a subject with it. All right? And the subject, what is the subject here, students? She. Yes, you are right. She is writing. Writing here is a non-finite. I will come to non-finite verbs. I just wrote it for some prior understanding before I start non-finite verbs. She is writing a book. Now this sentence is a present continuous tense. Then they have done their homework. Do you remember? Present perfect. Present perfect tense. Your teacher has done them for you in the last module. Okay. Present, they have done. Have, has, and the third form of the verb. Done is the third form of the verb here. They have. Now, what is have here? Have is the finite verb. It shows the present tense, agrees with the subject they. You know, have is present. What is past? Had. Yes, you are right. Okay. So, we are using have here, and you can only say they have. Okay, it goes with some subject. They have done. Done is non-finite here. I'll explain you in the next slide. Their homework, and the tense is the present perfect tense. Next sentence. He will go to the store tomorrow. He will go to the store tomorrow. He will. Here, will is the finite verb. Shows what? Should show the tense, the time. Shows future. Yes, it shows the future. So again, finite verb, it shows future. Then go. Non-finite, and it is the infinitive form. It is the infinitive form, first form of the verb. To go, to run, but here it is without to, remember, the bare infinitive. Anyways, just leave it, okay? To the store tomorrow, we are talking about the future. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Non-finite verb phrase. Definition. A verb phrase that includes non-finite verbs. Infinitive with or without to, gerunds, ing participle form as adjective, which do not show tense. This might be a little challenging for you. Look at it again. Non-finite verb phrase. A verb phrase that includes non-finite verbs. If you don't know what are non-finite verbs, then you may not be able to understand this. Let me tell you what are non-finite verbs. They are infinitive, first form of the verb. It could be go, it could be to go. It can be go, it can be to go. It could be gerunds. What are gerunds? Do you remember? ING forms, but what? They function as what? Gerunds function as nouns. Running is good for you. Running. Now here running shows a noun. We are not saying, we are using the ing form, the present continuous form. Okay, running is good for you. But running here has been used as a gerund. Then ing participle form as adjective. What is that? Adjective tells us about what? Noun. Boring film. Boring, ing, film. So boring film, again you can see this is here. When we say boring here, boring is non-finite verb. Okay, boring film. I hope you got my point. We are talking about the film. Interesting man. Interesting man. Interesting is non-finite verb. I'll explain you, they cannot stand alone. They do not show tense. When you say boring film, what is the tense? No tense, just describing it. Non-finite verb, let's see examples. Examples always make things clear. We human beings learn everything by examples. Number one, walking, non-finite. Okay, it's used as an adjective here. Walking here has been used as an adjective. Is it, my students, is it surprising for you? You will say, no teacher, is the present continuous form? No, yes it is. It is. But it is a non-finite verb and it does the work of an adjective here. Walking to the park, he found, okay, is a finite verb here. Okay, it's coming side by side. A shortcut. 2. He enjoyed swimming. What is swimming here? Swimming is a gerund here. It is doing the work of a noun. But teacher, how would I know that? Can you explain me this? Like, remove it. Remove swimming from here. He enjoyed the food. We can put a noun there. He enjoyed the movie. He enjoyed pizza. If you use it like that, okay? So a noun can always come there in that position. If you can replace it with a noun, then it is a gerund. He enjoyed swimming in the lake. Now swimming in the lake is non-finite verb phrase. Non-finite verb phrase. Like in the beginning we said, walking to the park. Walking to the park, non-finite verb phrase. Important thing is, it should have a non-finite verb there. That's how it is done. Then 3, they plan to visit. What is to visit? To visit is infinitive. Okay, to go, to run, to play, to laugh, to read, to write, to sing. They plan to visit Paris next summer. It is infinitive form. It is the non-finite verb. And the phrase plan to visit Paris is non-finite verb phrase because it has that verb infinitive, and that's how it becomes a non-finite verb phrase. Infinitive. What's an infinitive? A verb form that begins with to and functions as a noun, adjective or adverb. This may be something interesting, this may be something new, this may be something challenging for you. Infinitive. A verb form that begins with to and functions as a noun, adjective or adverb. You must be thinking, sir, how does that happen? So let's see. Number 1, to read is my favorite hobby. To read is a noun here? Yes, it's a noun here. To read is my favorite hobby. Sir, but how do we know that? Replace to read with cricket and check. Cricket is my favorite hobby. You can put a noun there. Got it? So easy. So easy. Cricket is my favorite hobby. Replace it and you will see. You can put a noun there. Okay? See the next one. Interesting. I have a book to read. Okay? Telling something about the noun book. You remember what is an adjective? Tells us something about a noun or a pronoun. I have a book to read. Now, very obvious, book to read, this works as an adjective here. Okay, next three. She came here to study. She came. Came is the verb. Okay, here to study. Now remember, to study is an adverb here. She came here to study because it is modifying, it is telling us something about the verb. She came here to study. That's why it's an adverb. Okay, to study is an adverb. So again, I'll tell you the definition. A verb form infinitive that begins with to and functions as a noun, adjective or adverb. So this is what many students do not know. Whenever they see the infinitive, they say, okay, we understand this is the first form of the verb. Look what is the function. We are studying functional English, yes? So we shall discuss the functions. Number 8. Gerund. What's a gerund? A verb form ending in ing that functions as a noun. What? Ing can work as a noun? Function as a noun? Yes, it can. How? See examples. Swimming is good for health. Swimming is a gerund here. It is a noun here. It's doing the function, though it is ing form of the verb. Whenever I say ing, you say, sir, it is the continuous form. Okay, but it's a noun here. Swimming is good for health. Replace it. Replace swimming with exercise and apple. Exercise is good for health. You see, we put a noun there. An apple is good for health. Apples are good for health. You put a noun there, you see. So this shows this is tricky. This ing form is showing a noun. We have to be careful about that. Number 2, I enjoy reading. I enjoy reading. Surprising. Reading again is a gerund. Yes, it is a gerund here. It is a noun here. How? Let me try to explain you. Remove reading, put another word. I enjoy cricket. I enjoy pizza. I enjoy movies. You see, you easily replace them with nouns. So you can now, whenever you find in your future life these tricky structures which you think are tricky, don't be afraid. Number 3, his singing made the party fun. Now, singing, look at singing here again. Can you replace it with some other words? His help made the party fun. His money made the party fun. His son made the party fun. Now look here. You have replaced the ing form of the verb with nouns. Interesting. So this means singing is a noun here. It is the ing form of the verb, but it's a noun, okay? Now, participle. What is a participle? Definition. A verb form ing used as an adjective or the third form of the verb used as an adjective. What is the third form of the verb? Let me tell you. Go, went, gone. Eat, ate, eaten. Do, did, done. Some are saying put, cut, 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 they are saying. Pick, picked, picked. We are talking about the third form. When we are saying the third form, go, went, gone. Go, went, gone. The third form of the verb. Okay, look, eaten, broken, gone, taken, put, picked. Okay, or verb tenses, present continuous and present perfect. Present continuous and present perfect. You see, again definition. Now try to understand. A verb form, ing use an adjective, or the third form of the verb use an adjective. Ing form of the verb use an adjective, third form of the verb, like we said, gone, eaten, broken, broken, gone, eaten, they will be used as adjectives, or ing will be used as adjective. Or verb tenses. What are verb tenses? Here when you are talking about the participle, present continuous and the present perfect. See, examples, as I always say, examples make things clear. Okay, example, the broken vase lay on the floor. We are talking about the vase. Broken vase. Now see here, the broken vase, what is broken? The third form of the verb. Break, broke, broken. The broken vase lay on the floor. You see, it has been used as an adjective. Why? It is telling us something about the vase. What type of vase? The broken vase, the beautiful vase, the shining vase, the expensive vase. So broken is an adjective here. Okay. 2. Running water is soothing. You see, running water, water, flowing water, like the water which flows in streams, in rivers. Running water is soothing. Look at running, ing form of the verb. Okay, yes. And what is it here? It is an adjective here. Okay. 3. She saw the exhausted traveler resting. Exhausted traveler. We are talking about the traveler, and the traveler is exhausted. But remember one thing about the exhausted. Exhaust, exhausted, exhausted. We have used the third form. Here exhausted is not the second form. Which form have we used? The third form of the verb, the past participle. Go, went, gone. So don't confuse it here. She saw the exhausted traveler. We have used the third form of the verb here, resting. 4. Present continuous. Now participle is also the present continuous form of verb. I'll try to explain it very quickly. Subject plus am is are plus ing form of verb. Subject plus am is are plus ing form of the verb. Look here, your teacher has already done this topic with you. Okay, so I will not go in very much detail, but since it is important, I'll explain it a little. She is cooking dinner. What does this sentence mean? This means she is doing something right now. At the time of speaking, when I am speaking, look, I am standing, you are sitting, I am teaching, you are learning. Something is happening at the time of speaking, something is happening now. Now look at the other example. I am writing a book these days. What is this sentence? I am writing a book these days. You see, this is around present. At this time when I'm delivering a lecture, I'm not writing a book. But every day when I go home, I try to write few pages. So it is a time around present. It is not happening now when I am talking. In the previous example, I said something happening at the time of speaking. I am standing, you are sitting. I am teaching, you are learning. So it is happening right now at the current moment. Now, okay, we are meeting them tomorrow. Future plan arrangement. We are meeting them tomorrow again. This is a tense which many students do not know. Many people do not know that present continuous can be used for future arrangement, future schedule. What is arrangement? What is schedule? When you decide something, for example, you phone the hotel. Hello, excuse me, listen. We want to come tomorrow to your hotel. Yes, 5 people, okay? 5 o'clock. Right, okay, we will come to you. Right, book the table, book a good table for us. This is an arrangement. Okay, they have booked a table for you. For a future arrangement, we use the present continuous form of the verb. We are meeting them tomorrow. This means we arranged. We sent them an email. We phoned them. We sent them a WhatsApp message or whatever messaging we used. The plan is done. The schedule is done. The arrangement is done. We use the present continuous form for future. This is what many people do not know, and I wanted to emphasize this. Yes, it is not always when I am doing something at the time of speaking, okay, something happening around now. Present continuous is also used for future. Now, present continuous, subject plus am is are plus going to plus base form of verb. Look, example, I am going to study abroad next year. I am going to study abroad. Here, remember students, going to does not mean act of going, walking. This is a question many students ask, teacher, I am going. No, that going is different. Going to is different. Talking about some plan. What type of plan? Let's discuss this. I am going to study. We use the first form of the verb. After going to, we use the base form of the verb. Okay? I am going to study abroad next year. This shows future intention. I am only talking about my intention. I have not scheduled it. I have not taken admission in some country. This is my intention. Yes. Then look, black clouds, it's going to rain. You know, when there is some proof, from the proof you are saying something, you can use going to, this form, present continuous, going to form. It's going to rain. Okay? So it's used for what? Prediction. Prediction based on some proof. Prediction based on some evidence. Now see, now I'll give you a funny example. Have you seen fortune tellers? They try to tell you about, they look at your hand and then tell you, oh, you are going to get married in this year. You are going to get a lot of money. You see, they also predict. They you see, claim that they can see the lines, they can read the stars, astrology, and then they predict. Okay. Also, in television, you see, the weather forecast, you know, it's going to rain tomorrow. They have some scientific evidence. On the base of evidence, they say it's going to rain tomorrow. Okay, it's going to rain tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Weather forecast is a very good example of that. They are going to renovate their house. A decision made before the moment of speaking. Look, this is very interesting. When I am making a decision right now, okay, if I come to the class and I say, and I plan something new there, I say, I did not plan it yesterday. Class, okay, today I'm going to teach the present perfect. Why did I say that? Today I'm going to, because I just made the plan. Few seconds, maybe 1 minute before my speaking, we can use going to. And nowadays, since our lives are not planned, we use going to a lot of time. You see, students often ask me a question. I am playing a football match tomorrow. I'm going to play a football match tomorrow. Teacher, which is better? I say, if you have a planned life, you are a very responsible person, try using I am playing a football match tomorrow. Why? Plan everything. Life is planning. If you are using going to all the time, I'm going to eat in that restaurant tomorrow, I'm going to play football tomorrow, I'm going to meet my uncle tomorrow, this means you made the plan. You don't plan, you made a planning just now, which is not very good. Okay, there are so many things which we do not plan, or so many emergencies are there. Okay, now present perfect. Present perfect subject plus have has plus third form of the verb. This is also very challenging tense for the student. They do not know the difference between the past simple and the present perfect. I'll only tell you some uses of the present perfect here. Okay, he has lost his keys. Has lost. Remember, the form of the verb is the third form here. Don't be confused. Have has, third form of the verb. Okay, he has lost his keys. What is the meaning? It has some deep, profound meaning in it. What is it? He has lost his keys means they are still lost. He has not found them. Okay, he is still sad. He is still trying to find his keys. He has lost his keys. Look, what's the meaning there? You get the point. I have visited Paris. We also use the present perfect to talk about our experiences. I have visited Paris. I have flown an aeroplane. Okay? I have eaten sushi, a Japanese dish. I have eaten. Whenever we meet, it happens often, we talk about our experiences. Tell me something about your life. What have you done in your life? Please use the present perfect. Present perfect is used to tell about your experiences. So it's a very important tense. Okay? When you go for an interview also, they ask you a question. I have done this, I have done this, I have read this book, I have written this book. You are talking about your experience. I'll explain you more. She has read that book several times. Repeated action. She has read that book several times. For repeated action also, we use the present perfect. Has read that book several times. Okay? They have lived here for 10 years. What is the meaning of this sentence? I have lived in Islamabad for 10 years. Tell me the meaning of this sentence. Is it clear? No? Let me try to explain you. I have lived in Islamabad for 10 years means I am still in Islamabad. I am still living in Islamabad. If I say I lived in Islamabad for 10 years, this means maybe I lived, now I am not living here. I lived in, now I am living in some other city. I lived in Islamabad. I am talking about some past event which is finished. I have lived here for 10 years means I am still living here. The plane, okay, I want this from you. The plane has landed. What is the meaning? The plane has landed means it has a meaning in it. Landed is what? First, second, third. What form of the verb? Second? No. It is the third form of the verb. Okay, we use the past participle. The plane has landed. It has a meaning. What is the meaning? The plane has landed means the plane is still on the airport. It has not flown again. It is there. But if you say the plane landed, this means maybe it is there, maybe it has flown, maybe it has taken another flight. When you say the plane has landed, it is still on the runway. It is parked somewhere. Okay? I have eaten my food. there's a deep meaning here also. When you say I have eaten my lunch, I have drunk my tea, what is the meaning? The meaning is, don't give me something more, my stomach is full. Look how deep meaning is there, which looks so simple. I have eaten my food. Such a simple, no. It means I am full, I don't want more food. When you say I have eaten, I ate my food, again, you are hungry again or not? Maybe you ate a long time ago, you are hungry again when you say I ate my food. So there is a difference between present perfect and the past simple tense. Now I'll come to clause. In the beginning we discussed the clauses. Okay, what was special about the clauses? Clauses have what in them? Remember, we discussed dependent, and we will discuss the dependent and subordinate clause. But before that, what was the clause? It has a subject and a verb in it. It has two very important things in it: subject and verb. Dependent, subordinate clause. Okay, a clause that cannot stand alone and depends on the main clause. Example, although she was tired, she finished her homework. Although she was tired, you will ask me, teacher, how is this a clause? She was tired. She, subject is there, was, verb is there. Then you will ask me, teacher, what is tired? Oh, that's an adjective. Don't be confused. Don't say it is the past form of something. It's just an adjective. She was tired. She finished her homework. Okay? 2. If it rains, the event will be cancelled. If it rains. Look, it rains. It, subject is there, the verb is there. Now if you say if it rains, there is a little meaning. It does not give full meaning. It cannot stand alone. If someone is talking to you and says if it rains, you'll say, then please tell me something more. If it rains, although she was tired, then what happened? Although she was, then what happened? You get my point? So they cannot stand alone on their own. They depend on the main clause. Okay. 3. Because he was late, he missed the train. Look, because he was late. He is there, was is there. This is the dependent clause. This is the subordinate clause. Okay. Now, principal independent clause. Now let's come to the main clause. Principal independent clause. You can just get some meaning out of independent clause. A clause that can stand alone as a complete sentence. That can stand alone as a complete sentence. Reason why? Why can it stand alone? Because it has a subject and a verb in it. So you understand how important is a subject and a verb? It gives such an immense big power to the clause that it becomes independent. Okay, just joking. Examples. Number 1, she finished her homework. Now look at this. She finished her homework. Now look at this. Independent clause. Why? What is the subject here? She. Okay. What is the verb here? Finished. Two important things exist there. They are there. She finished her homework. Independent clause. It gives full meaning. It gives full meaning. The sun set. Meaning is there. Sun set. Set is the verb. The sun. Okay, the subject. Set. This is the verb. 3. They went to the beach. They went to the beach. They, then went is there. Okay, so you have the important thing in it. They went to the beach. So it can stand on its own. And the reason I gave you, they have two important things, the subject and verb. Now, what is a noun clause? Definition. A subordinate clause that functions as a noun. What are we talking about? Subordinate clause. And do you know what was that? It cannot stand alone. Why? It does not have a subject and a verb in it. Examples: I know that she will succeed. I know that she will succeed. Now look here. Noun clause, now it is doing the function of a noun. That she will succeed. That she will succeed. Look at it. I know that she will succeed. If you say, I know Paris, I know him, I know Urdu, I know football, I know computer. You see, you can use a noun there. But since you are saying that she will succeed, that she will succeed, again, it is functioning as a noun. What you said surprised me. What you said surprised me. Okay? You can say you surprised me, the weather surprised me, this city Rome, it surprised me. You see, this becomes a noun clause. What you said. What you said. Okay? So this is how things are going on. Number 3, he asked whether she was coming. She asked him, she asked me, she asked Jim whether she was coming. Again, subordinate clause is there and it is functioning as a noun there. Okay, we move on to the next. Adjective clause. A subordinate clause that describes a noun or pronoun. The book that I borrowed. The book that I borrowed. Look, that I borrowed is on the shelf. You see here, that I borrowed, it's not giving full meaning. That I borrowed. Okay, it's giving meaning, but it's not giving full meaning. This is doing the work of an adjective, the history book, the science book. Okay, you got that? 2, she is the artist whose work was great. Whose work was great. Again, subordinate clause. You can see that. She is the artist whose work, if you say whose work was great, no meaning. Okay, partial meaning is there, some meaning is there. Whose work was great. Now, number 3, the man who lives next door is friendly. The man who lives next door. Again, this is a subordinate clause. Okay, the next, we are talking about the next door neighbor, next door man. It's doing the function of an adjective. All right, we move on next. Adverb clause of time. A clause that explains when something happens. Okay, after the rain stopped, we went outside. After the rain stopped. Adverb clause of time, just telling us when something happened. Okay, to when she arrives, we will start the meeting. We are talking about time. After the rain stopped, after shows time. When she arrives, when shows time again. When she arrives, we will start the meeting. So it is dependent on time. 3, before you leave, make sure to lock the door. Before you leave, before shows time again. Before you leave, this again shows something relationship with time. This is adverb clause of time. Okay, it's mentioning the time. Adverb clause of place. Definition: a clause that tells where something happens. You know, the word place can make it clear. Example, I'll go wherever. Wherever shows place, someplace. I'll go wherever you go. So wherever you go is adverb clause of place. 2, she sat where she could see the stage. I have, given the color, blue color to these. So remember, where again shows the place, where she could see the stage. Okay. 3, anywhere he goes, he carries his laptop. Anywhere he goes, he carries his laptop. Look at anywhere, telling us something about the place. Okay, anywhere he goes, adverb clause of place. We are talking about some position here, some location here. Adverb clause of reason, a clause that explains why something happens. Example, she studied hard because she wanted to pass. Look at this because here. It is giving reason, because she wanted to pass. Adverb clause of reason. Number 2, they left early since the weather was worsening. Since the weather was worsening. The weather was worsening. You see, again, but what is since here? Since here means because. Please do not be confused by since here. It is the meaning of since here is because. You have studied in present perfect tenses, for and since, the difference. So don't confuse it with that since. Since means because here. 3, he apologized for being late. Okay, for being late. Again, adverb clause of reason. This is a clause and we are giving the reason. All right. Adverb clause of manner, a clause that explains how something happens. How? Examples, he acted as if he were surprised. Can I remove it or not? He acted surprisingly. He acted surprisingly. You can use one word there, but since adverb clause of manner, as if he were surprised. Then 2, she replied in a way that was graceful. You can say she replied gracefully. Gracefully is an adverb, but we are going to use a clause here, adverb clause of manner. She replied in a way that was graceful. You need to understand this. Instead of using gracefully, we used adverb clause of manner, many words, in a way that was graceful. 3, they responded as they had been instructed. Can I remove it? Yes, I can put the adverb accordingly there. They responded accordingly. You see, so but we used a clause, adverb clause of manner. How did they respond? As they had been instructed. If I want to use one word, I can use accordingly there. Adverb clause of comparison, definition. A clause used to compare two things. Example, she is as tall as her brother is. She is as tall as her brother is. This is adverb clause of comparison. It's a clause. Why? Okay, you can see her brother, and is, the verb is there, subject is there, her brother, and is, the verb is there. Please do not confuse it. She is as tall as her brother. No. You cannot say, there is no adverb clause of comparison in this. You need to use a verb there. She is as tall as her brother is. Is the verb. Then it becomes adverb clause of comparison. Otherwise, it is not. It is a different comparison. You got my point? The cake was better than I expected. The cake was better than I. Look, then I, subject is there, expected. The verb is there. Adverb clause of comparison. 3, he runs faster than his friend runs. He runs faster than his friend runs. He runs faster than his friend. No, please. He runs faster than his friend runs. Then it is an adverb clause of comparison. He runs faster than his friend is a different thing. He runs faster than his friend runs. This is adverb, then his friend runs. We used then, as. Look at these sentences. then his friend runs, you use the verb again. Adverb clause of result. You can, as the name shows, it shows result. A clause that explains the result of something. Now see, he was so tired that he fell asleep immediately. He was so tired that he fell asleep immediately. What was the result? He was so tired. What happened? He fell asleep immediately. Result is there. Okay, you can say he was so tired. You can use it in another form also. A different form can be used there. Okay, but look here, that in 3 of the sentences we have used that. 2, the book was so interesting that I finished it in one day. That I finished it in one day is adverb clause of result. That I finished it. 3, she spoke. She spoke so softly that no one could hear her. That no one could hear her. She spoke softly, then there is a result. The book was so interesting, there is a result. Okay, look at the result. He was so tired, there is a result after that. Easy to recognize. You see that. I hope you got it. You have heard a lot about sentences. Nothing difficult. Simple sentence. A sentence with one independent clause. Now remember, we have discussed independent clause already. So it should not be a difficult idea for you. Example, she sings beautifully. She sings beautifully. Now look here, she sings beautifully. She is there, the subject is there, the verb is there, the subject is there, the verb is there. Okay, so the independent clause is there. She sings beautifully. It can stand on its own. Okay, there are some components due to which it makes it clear. Now the sun rises in the east. Look at this sentence, a simple sentence. Okay, the sun rises in the east. 3, she reads books every day. Again, the independent clause is there. Okay, the subject is there, the verb is there, the object is there. Okay, that subject, verb, object, this is the general definition of a sentence. This is a simple sentence. Next, compound sentence. A sentence with 2 or more independent clauses connected by a conjunction. A sentence with 2 or more independent clauses connected by conjunction. Examples: he works hard and he exercises daily. Look, he works hard. This is a simple sentence. He exercises daily. This is a simple sentence. What is the conjunction? And. Conjunctions combine 2 sentences. I wanted to go for a walk, but it started raining. I wanted to go for a walk, simple sentence. It started raining, simple sentence. How is it connected? It is connected with but. Okay, conjunction. Okay, they studied for the exam, so they passed with high grades. They studied for the exam, so they passed. They study for the exam. Again, see, a simple sentence. They passed with high grade, simple sentence, and it is connected by what? It is connected by so. Okay, not a difficult idea. Complex sentence. A sentence with one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Although she was tired, she went for exercise. Although she was tired, look. Although she was tired. Now here, this is a dependent clause. You will say, what happened? Although she was tired, then what happened? She went for exercise. She went for exercise. You see, there is a dependent clause there also. 2. He left the party early because he had a meeting. He left the party early. Okay, you can see, because he had a meeting. Now, because he had a meeting, what is this? Dependent clause. Because he had a meeting does not convey the full meaning. Okay? Although he left the party, this is the independent clause. Okay? If it rains tomorrow, we will stay indoors. If it rains tomorrow. Now, if it rains tomorrow, then what will happen? Then what can I do for you? So again, you can understand it is not giving the full meaning. It depends on another clause. We will study indoors. Okay? So this complex sentence has one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Now, compound complex sentence. Compound complex sentence. Definition. Definition. A sentence with at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. Two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. Example. He worked hard and although he was tired, he went for exercise. He worked hard, independent clause, although he was tired. You see, here we have the dependent. He went for exercise, independent. 2. He went to the store because he needed groceries and he bought some flowers on the way. He went to the store, independent, because he needed grocery. Dependent, he bought some flowers on the way. You have there the independent clause. If you finish your homework, dependent, yes, you can go out, independent, but make sure you return before dark. Again, see the independent clause is there. Okay? Declarative sentence. Now we are discussing the types of sentences. A sentence that makes a statement, simple statement. Examples. She is a talented artist. The sky is blue today. They are planning a vacation. The point here, there is no question in it, there is no request in it, there is no order in it. It's just declaring something. It is just making a statement. Okay? Interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence, what is it? A sentence that asks a question. Very easy. When we talk, we ask questions, we answer. Are you coming to the party? Are you coming? Order is important in are you coming? Okay. What time does the meeting start? Have you seen my keys? Simple sentences. But you can also ask questions with which, what, why, when, who, where. Questions can be asked like that. Imperative sentence. A sentence that gives a command or request. Please close the door. What is it? It is a request. Turn off the lights. What is it? It is a command. Yes, turn off the lights. Order is there. Finish your homework before dinner. Okay, order. Finish your homework before dinner. Exclamatory sentence. What is it? Some emotion is there. A sentence that expresses strong emotion. Okay, you know, in our life sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are you see, angry. Okay, number one, what a beautiful sunset. Look, what a exclamation mark is there. What a beautiful sentence. I can't believe you won. I can't believe you won the lottery. What is there? What element is this? Is surprise. What a beautiful sentence. You see, you are very excited. What a beautiful sunset. You are excited. You are happy to see that. Okay. How exciting this news is. Okay. Again, how exciting this news is showing emotion. You are moved by that. Then, hooray, wow, alas, hooray, we have won the match. Okay, some excitement, happiness is there. Wow, again, something surprising. Again, it can show happiness. Okay, wow, you got that. Surprise, happiness is there. Alas, when you are sad. Alas is used when you're, alas, his grandfather passed away. Alas, we lost the match. So it shows sadness there. Conclusion. So you found that grammar is easy, it's not difficult. But if you once give some time and you study some grammar books, you go to internet, take some exercises and practice them. Practice clauses, phrases, sentences, participles, okay? All these, practice them, practice infinitive, and you will find language very easy, not difficult. I have suggested some books, have a look at the books, and there are many other books also available in the market. Okay, and find the books, okay? It's not difficult to find, and internet also, exercise free sites are there where you can go and practice these things. Okay, if you have any questions, you can always email me, you can send me a message. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me. I hope you have learned something from me. Thank you very much.